What is up, everyone? We are here for the last race of the season for No Assist. It is round 9. We are here at Canada. We got a smaller grid today. The championship's already been decided. Nathan is world champion. I am your host, Pat the Rock, and with me today is a special guest. No Mock Mage today. He has no interwebs anymore. It's the wonderful Gibbsy. What's up, Gibbsy?
Hey, how's it going? How are you guys doing today?
We're here for a bang, aren't we?
Oh, yes, we are. It's definitely going to be a fantastic race to watch. I love watching No Assist here. I do have a special program running in the background. Hopefully it does work. It'll give us some special intel on some different stuff throughout the race, like stint length, best consistency rating, and stuff like that. So hopefully it does work.
Yeah, that'll be awesome to see as a new aspect to everything. But we are here in qualifying. Let's get the
Here's the track map.
Uh, nice street race here at Canada. 14 corners, 3 DRS zones, very quick track. A lot of chicanes. It's pretty much every corner of this track is a chicane outside of really turn 10, the slow hairpin at the start of sector 3, but should see a lot of low downforce setups, don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of people, you can either go different ways. You can get a little bit more higher downforce setup, work your way through sector 2 and 1 a little bit faster, but you lose a lot out on sector 3 and the beginning of sector 1, for sure.
Yes. But we are live here in qualifying. Looks like our world champion, Nathan, is the first out on track. The only one right now. He is on the soft compound tires. Looks like everyone is outside of Ketchen, who is on the mediums. Will he stay on them? I think he's actually going out. He is going out on them. So we'll set a banker on those. So we'll see how he compares to everyone else who's running those tires.
The game isn't showing.
The game is
What?
showing? Oh, it's not.
It was literally just showing.
What the heck? That's
What?
weird.
This
I don't know.
game, dude.
What just happened? We
I'll
got some
figure it out. One
technical
second.
difficulties. But I'll run you through what I get to see so you have some information. We have Nathan just starting his first flying lap now. Coming to turn one heavy on the brakes, runs that apex. Turn two does the exact same. Going nice and flat out. Coming to the first real chicane. Goes a bit deep, but doesn't lose a lot of time, so he's lucky for now. At the end of sector one, it's a 20.2, not a bad first sector. Coming to the first DRS zone on this track, nails the activation point. I see a game now.
There we go. Now we can see in here.
Nice. There we go. Awesome. But yeah, Nathan on an absolute flyer right now. 42.7 through the first two sectors. Looking very good. He's gonna have two more DRS zones to go through. Nails the first one flat out through here. You can see speeds over 200 miles an hour. Easily. Into the final braking zone. Goes deep.
Ooh.
Somehow does not invalidate. And it's going to go to the line. And it's going to be about a 112.1. Not a bad first run, but lots to improve on.
You can definitely tell he lost a lot of time jumping that curve there. He let off the gas while on the brakes. And didn't even attempt to get back on the gas until he was all the way over the curb, so...
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just trying to see. My controller's not working. I'm interested to see what Ketchin's going to do on these mediums currently. Currently in Sector 3 going down the back straight, DRS wide open. Did not set Purple 1 or Purple 2. Anthony Jenkins does do a 12.4 though. So not bad from him. Through the final chicane, much better than Nathan. DRS going to line, he shouldn't take provisional pole. He will not. It's a 13.0. Not bad for the mediums, but those softs will show a lot more pace. Dog. Midnight just spun in Sector 2 right before Sector 3, so that's not going to help him on his first flyer. Yeah, Pete, no Chili today. He's unable to make it, so that did hand Nathan the World Championship. Oh, Benzo just spun out of Wall of Champions and has broken his front wing. And nearly impedes Normbash. Coming to the line, Normbash, though, I believe... Oh, no, he did a 14.5. I was looking for that time. Yeah. Very competitive. Midnight 26.6, not as competitive. And Benzo 34.6, definitely not that competitive. But he did have the big spin at the end. Yeah, he had that moment earlier on, so not surprising. At all, we'll see what he can do. Can he nail DRS detection point? Yes, he can. Gonna fly down here into the second to last chicane on this track. Oh, and he invalidates. That's not good. Indeed. How dare you play for your own band? How dare you play for your own band? You should be here all the time.
I just realized I was muted. Well, I muted because my dogs were barking. But yeah,
Right.
Chili is a part of a band in real life, and they got a gig, so he's gonna be making some moolah.
Yeah. Good for him. Hope he does well with it.
You do have to say me as well. Jumping on board with Twan now as he coming through last corner, past the wall of champions.
That's a good lap.
A 112.077 for Twan.
Oh, look at catching though. Just did a 12.2 on those mediums. Looking very competitive on the medium tire. Maybe a sign of things to come when we see. Will we see anyone else try mediums?
I
Especially
don't think
for
so.
Giants fan or Drunken?
I don't think so. Just based on the pure pace those soft tires have. I do believe it's the C5 compound that we run around Canada.
I believe that is the case, which
Medium
is
is
the
C.
softest.
Yep. And then medium at the C4, hard's on C3.
Yep. Looks like Balam is on his first flying lap of the day. See if you can keep it legal through Sector 1. It's a 20.6. I think that's a delta off of Benzo for a purple. I'm pretty sure Twan ran faster through Sector 1, but I can't be mistaken. Ooh, then there's an invalidated. That was not the best executed chicane there. But does have enough fuel. It can recharge the ERS. He can do another run here shortly.
Yeah, you should be able to do that neutral trick down the straight, but I don't know if he will want to. Maybe just jump into the pits.
Yeah, we will see. He technically has enough ERS just to go now.
Very possible. When you typically reach the end of a lap, you get to around 40 to 30%. He's going on a lap with 50%. Activates his ERS on the final corner, blasting down the straight. Attacking this first corner as hard as he can. Takes as much curb as possible. Does he touch the inside curb as well? Here he does. Puts the power nice and down early before he crests the top of the hill. Taps the brake down to fourth. Puts the power up to fifth. Flat out, to barely touching the wall. Riding the curb all the way over in third gear. Same with the other one. Fourth gear, I should say. With the full power down, nearly reaching the wall. Coming through that section right there in Sector 2 can really make or break your lap around Canada. You can either gain 3/4 tenths, like Balam just did, setting a purple Sector 2, or you can lose it like Midnight did earlier. Lose your whole lap.
I mean, Midnight has a 26. There's no defense for him. But Balam through the final chicane, does he nail it? Looks like it to me.
Power down before he even gets past the curbs. Ooh,
That's a nice
so
lap.
close. Balam with a 112.757.
Yeah, still not a bad run from Balam there. Looks like Giants fans finish up a run in Sector 3. He's about to get the double DRS here. Currently has no time on the board, so this will be a time unless he invalidates the chicane, which he shouldn't.
Benzo
But, I mean,
Slice going up to P2 with a 112.085.
wow. Only was that 8,000 slower than...
A thousandth slower.
Whew. So close there between the top two.
Giants fan setting a 113.7. Possibly going on in another lap immediately after.
Looks like he is. He's still using ERS, which is a little confusing. He only has 15%. He's going to run out of ERS on that back straight for sure. I can guarantee you that much.
I would have to agree as well. Because we do have another driver who was late to the entry, JJOH, coming in with the Mercedes, it looks like.
Yeah, J-Joe has been known as the comeback kid in NA this season. Messes up but finds a way to get right back to where he was.
He's a very consistent driver, especially in Tier 2. He always finds his way to push past the limit and just find his way past other cars, but at the
He
same
crashed.
time, oh no,
Nathan has crashed out. He's P3 at the moment. I don't know. I
we'll ride on
doubt
board
that
with
time's gonna stand.
J. Joe, see if we can see his car.
Oh, he
Oh,
did a George Russell.
unfortunate. He maybe got on the gas a little too early, kicked the rear end to the right, touched the wall, and it just sent him right back in.
Hello, catching a 111.3. That's a nice lap. You should have been on the softs earlier.
He might have been saving the softs for late safety cars. Get some fresh
It's
softs in there.
it's a very good strategy. I have to say, it's a very good strategy. But yeah, 111.3. I don't think that's gonna be our pole time. I think we're gonna be closer to 11.0, if not maybe someone sneaking in a 10.9. But that's gonna be a definite top 4 time in my opinion. I'm currently looking at J. Joe here, who just joined. He had a bit of an iffy first chicane there.
Yeah, he definitely went a little wide. And that is definitely not a purple sector one with a
That is
21.02.
that one won't do it for you. Nearly a second off of the best we've seen. Nope, that's run over. Somehow kept it valid. But this is probably more like a 14, if not 15, right around where Freebird is.
About 2 seconds down right now.
Yeah, so we'll
Probably
see
gonna
what he can do.
see no improvement from his current position in P10.
For a second, I thought he was just gonna box just to sort of like refocus and do one more run. 14.4. He just beat Freebird. Just got him.
Just got him by a smidge.
A smidge. Looks like Midnight's finishing a run, which looks faster. Hard to say, though. I think he's going to be off his time by just about a second. I'm wrong again. A 12.2. P5. I should just stop talking when it comes to this.
J-Jo immediately on another lap, though.
I don't know about this. He's got no ERS left. And he's going to run out well before the chicane. The Giants fan retired. I believe that's in the pit lane. No, that's at turn 1.
Oh, no.
Looking at Balam, it looks like he just went wide and crashed.
Very unfortunate for his qualifying session coming off the Tier 1 championship victory over Xylo.
That was a very good championship battle, I have to say. I really enjoyed watching Tier 1 this year. Ooh. Freebird about 0.6 faster than his previous time. Right now, only good enough for P9, but it does always come down to the final sector here. Flat out hitting 206 at the speed trap through the chicane. Nails it back on full throttle before he straightens out the car. Coming to the line here will be P8, a 13.3. That's a nice run there. All right, Gibbsy, I got a question for you.
What's up?
So Drunken Shamrock has been in the pits for quite a while now.
Yep.
Do you think he's just going to take P11 and try to do a last to first?
All depends on what he really wants to do, you know. There's definitely a couple possibilities. He might just want to try and skip the carnage that will ensue with 1, 2, and 3. Or the Wall of Champions, for example, he'll be able to skate right through any carnage that happens in there. Just like we saw in Tier 1, if you guys go back and look at that stream highlights later on when Pudju finishes it. You'll see like a 5 to 6 car pileup on the last corner.
I went back and found that when you brought it up earlier before stream.
It is definitely a highlight to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see. I'm trying to see if anyone's on a flyer right now. It doesn't look like any competitive times at the moment being set. Actually, speaking of competitive times, Ketchin just beat his best first sector by half a tenth.
Yes, he did.
Very good from him. Keeps it legal using all of the track without being invalidated. That's exactly what you have to do with it. Oh, but lost time.
2,000s up or down on his best time, I should say.
Has plenty of time to improve that once more and has plenty of fuel for his second run if he truly wants. Through the chicane, nails it full throttle before going straight again, as we've been seeing. To the line. That's a new provisional pole time of 11.0.
Very good lap from Kitchen. You can definitely tell he lost a lot of time on that first lap on that last corner going into it. You just full on pushed the car to its limits right there.
Absolutely. We have hit checkered flag. Drunken did not come out of the pits. Let's see who's next. Normbash is next to cross the line. He will not cross the line. He says pit lane, please.
Next we have Twan.
Pretty good chicane there. Going to the line with DRS wide open. He improves, but not enough. I believe next is Ketchin once more. And he is not anywhere close to improving, so maybe J-Jo has something left?
J-Jo is currently 6/10 up on his time.
Like I say, maybe.
All going to be in this last corner for him. Takes it a little slow on entry. Kicks the rear end out. Definitely going to slow him down, but he is going to improve another place.
P8. Oh, changing conditions in the race. Ooh, hello. I like that.
Ooh. That should be fun.
Catching, what is that picture? But here's your qualifying results. Even with the crazy picture, it's Catching on pole with 11.0. I predicted that we have a time like that. Then we have Anthony Jenkins P2, Benzo P3, Nathan our champion P4, Midnight P5, Balam P6, Normbash P7, JJo 8th, Freebird 9th, Giants Fan 10th, and Drunken Shamrock rounding out the grid with no time. Maybe that will be 107% ruled by the FIA there. He shouldn't race. He broke the rule. But let me ask you, Gibbsy, anything bold you're predicting in this one?
Oh, I have no idea. This could go anyway, to be honest. We'll have to see after the first couple laps.
Exactly. And with Andy saying changing conditions, I don't know if that means we're starting wet or we're gonna be doing
Looks very
actually it looks
cloudy.
pretty wet.
It doesn't
Definitely
look
looks
wet. It just looks cloudy to me.
Yeah.
You got all the
There is no
mechanics and their signature T-pose.
always. Always. I have not checked to see if they fixed that for the new game yet or not.
I haven't noticed, but I don't think they did.
Alright, that's funny. Looking at your feed to mine looks a lot more damp than yours. So to me, it looks like it is like just rained in the pit lane, and looks like for you it's just cloudy. Andy just said overcast, wet, overcast. Interesting. So that begs a question, Gibbsy. With it just staying overcast after the rain, it's gonna take a while to dry up, won't it?
Well, with it being Canada, they probably have some type of concrete on the road to dry it out faster because, Canada. But anyway, there's a couple different strategies you could take based on that, how late the rain is and how late it comes. You can either stay on the intermediates, tough it out to the end, or if you have like 10 or so laps, hop back onto a fresh set of softs and take it to the end. Definitely plenty of possibilities.
Yeah, it all depends. We don't have that specific information to tell us exactly what lap. It would be nice though.
One of the lovely racers could tell us, that would be amazing.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're
But it
just
looks
gonna
like
take our best guess.
uh lap 2, right?
Uh,
Makes sense.
I'm gonna
Makes
go
perfect sense.
with lap 18. We get rain.
All right. But here we go. Lights coming on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. A hostile pole. You'll never see that again. It is lights out and away we go. Looks like everyone gets a pretty good start out. And run down to turn 1. It's Anthony Jenkins alongside Ketchum. Ketchum will lead as who's that cutting the course? Is that
It was Drunken Shamrock.
Midnight? It was Drunken Shamrock cutting the course entirely, giving back all those places to avoid all the illegal overtakes and spins. Not good for him. Moving on. It's Balam overtaking J. Joe and Nathan. Gaining 2 places in 1 corner. Not even a corner, it was more of a straight. Giants gets ahead of Freebird. Midnight's up to 4th. Benzo's hanging on 3rd. And it's Anthony Jacobs just sitting back over 2nd behind Ketchin out. We're driver who's been leading the entire time from pole position. Oh, that was a mouthful.
Red Bull Benzo going a little bit deep. Midnight taking advantage of it, but with the extra acceleration that Benzo could have, about level right now.
Definitely tight between those two. It's going to be Benzo's corner, though, as he's fully ahead of Midnight. Would not be surprised if Midnight's going to try to get alongside and look for a move in the turn 1. He's closing up, catching with a 19.8 to start. Midnight will hang behind, though, which I think is a smart decision right there.
Yes, I do agree.
I'm seeing a lot of medium and hard compounds, so this is definitely telling me. Oh, Midnight just hit Benzo and spun him around, and there's damage, and they're
Ooh, chaos! 1 car out, 2 car out. Midnight, Ballum.
red flag, please.
The
No.
Red Bull of Ballum has spun out as well. He's trying to get going. We do have a
Oh,
safety car here.
mayhem. Midnight, I was
That
hoping you were gonna
is
get on the podium.
that's
Look what you did to
absolutely
me.
chaos.
Just tapped the rear of Benzo. Midnight's front right tapped into the wing and broke, and then Balam just went right into the back of Midnight. Very unfortunate incident. Lucky enough for Benzo, it's only front wing damage from what I can tell. So just Benzo retired on track. Huh. That's a penalty. Which stewards will take a look at that later on. And Anthony Jenkins has elected to pit lap 1.
Uh, I wonder why that is.
Going on to a set of mediums. Interesting call. I would not have pit lap 1. But hey, whatever floats your boat.
I'm trying to get a hold of Midnight Killer to see if we can do a mid-race interview. Hey, I don't think he really wants to talk at the minute, unfortunately.
He'll be fine. But that was a very unfortunate incident. But
Yes, it was.
if I had to guess, we're gonna have one more lap of safety car that we should get back going. I believe Midnight just joined.
Hello.
He has. Welcome, Midnight.
Midnight, what happened, man? We want to know. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, I unfortunately don't get to uninstall for another 32 laps. 30, 31 laps. No sound. What? That's unfortunate. All right. Peace.
Looks like Benzo Slice
Well, we just tried to
just
have an
left.
interview with. We had some technical difficulties.
Looks like Drunken actually just fit for a set of mediums. Are they? Looks like they might be jumping to the mediums to have pace before the rain. If I had to guess. Hard to say though. It does look very overcast though. It doesn't look dark enough for the rain yet, but it's definitely on the way.
There's a safety car should be in this lap.
Should be, and it is.
There it is. Gonna ride on board with J. Joe.
We'll just see when catching decides to go. He has to wait for the safety car to enter the pit lane. And after that, he should go. Should be able to go. If I had to guess, he's going to go right out of the chicane like Max did today.
Well, in
And
Tier
it's
3 today, we were here seeing on the restarts, people were going before the final corner and getting a massive jump.
really?
Like right here.
Of it, Ketchen does it here. It's a very good restart. 7/10 and a very slow chicane from J-Joe. It's over a second before the start finish.
As we get a big gap between Freebird and Giants fan. J-Joe going a little bit deep, letting Nathan get a good run. J-Joe gets the power down efficiently enough.
And Freebird dropping all the way back. Gets passed by Twan and Drunken as he goes deep. He's doing Sebastian Vettel, but no time penalty. That's like it should have been. But Nathan is chasing down J-Joe. This is the battle for P2. Currently, they are not within fighting range of our race leader, Ketchen. But a move by Nathan or J-Joe picking up the pace will solve that issue. Giants fan just got by Norm Bash as we were watching this battle. No DRS yet for 2 laps. Sounds like someone I know, Brundle.
But we are going to be seeing an overtake.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Nathan
before the corner.
Draining his battery. Yeah, drained his battery. J-Joe, I guess, no confidence in the chicane. He's just taking him slow.
It's only that final corner he's taking it the slowest. He hasn't really been pushing it all through there.
Yeah. He's quick everywhere else, but once he gets to the chicane, he brakes really early.
Yes, he does. Probably just doesn't have confidence in the braking after the long straight with cold brakes.
Guess not. But J-Joe's chasing him down. We also have a battle between Norm Bash and Giants fan going on. But Giants fan is steadily pulling away. Also, Drunken trying to get into this fight with Norm Bash and Anthony Jenkins or Twan, whichever you prefer. And is sort of hanging about, but not really making any massive gains.
I feel like Twan's intro song should be Leroy Jenkins. And that's it.
We have made that joke multiple times. It always hits every time. Doesn't get old at all. But it does look like we're gonna have a bit of a DRS train as it's about to be enabled. This will be a battle all the way up. I believe this is for P3. Stretching all the way down to Drunken Shamrock in P7.
Very
So this
close
is gonna
race
be
so far,
yes,
even though
very
it's a small
close.
field.
Small field, but hey, we're getting battles, so that's all I care about.
Yes, sir. This track provides great battles, especially with the long DRS straights, making sure everybody can stay closer together, especially with the one middle DRS straight. It pulls you in just by a couple tenths, but it's a much needed couple tenths.
Yes. A bit of a moment there from Jenkins as I was looking at him. DRS wide open for these drivers, chasing down J-Jo. I would not be surprised if we see a move into turn 1 after J-Jo slows everyone up.
Giants fans slow
Oh,
out of sector 2.
could he lose a
Let's
second place to Twan? Too close.
Norbash,
He will.
Twan,
He's going
and the
third.
McLaren. Giants fan falling all the way back to 7th from 4th.
You can't. Oh, rain is here. It is raining, and it is coming down fairly quickly to start.
I'm only seeing small drops.
So the rain is here. I'm surprised no one tried the soft
Yep, now
tires.
I'm starting to see the rain. Yep, we're starting
So,
to see it come off the cars. It's very light as of right now. They could probably stay on these tires for a couple laps, depending on how hard the rain gets.
I don't know. Canada's a fairly flat track, and once it starts raining, it becomes pretty undrivable after about a lap. So we might see some pit stops here at the end of this one.
Swan going for a pass.
Not one, but two. Oh, not there for Drunken. Forces Norbash off. But Drunken still gonna get the position at the end. And DR's disabled. They're gonna box now.
Yes, they should.
So look at Ketchin to see if he's gonna make the call or is he gonna try one more. Hard to say.
Still
It
on
does
board
look
with our race
still
leader.
fairly dry.
He's going one more. Nathan going
It
into the
does look fairly
pits.
dry.
J-Jo?
Yeah.
Well, going out for one more. Let's see what Twan does. Staying out.
Looks like a
Couple people
Normash
going
comes
in.
Giants fan, and I'm sure Freebird will. It does look like it's becoming interweather now, and Freebird is coming in. A front wing change for Giants fan.
He had
That's
some
gonna slow him
damage.
way down. Didn't see where he got it though.
I did not either. I did not see any damage on track.
Nor did I. But I'm gonna pull up gap to the leader for a second. The undercut is strong here as Nathan is within the time needed to take P1 from Ketchin.
So it was a good gamble to go on those inters on that lap because as you can see, Drunken Shamrock in the background of Twan getting a little loose coming out of these corners. Braking is not your friend in the wet on these slick tires.
It is not. Ketchin definitely needs to come in.
Drunken
Who's that?
Shamrock spinning out as well.
Not good from him. Ketchin is in the pits. J-Jo going a bit fast. He does slow down in time. And that's Twan. It will be a double stack for Mercedes. And Twan is going to be held up just a little bit though. And it's going to be tight. It's going to be Nathan though in P1 taking the lead of this race. Pitting that lap earlier helps out a ton as he nearly has a 1.5 second gap on Ketchin already.
Having these intermediates being a little bit colder out of the pit lane is definitely going to hurt Ketchin a little bit, but he's maintaining that 1.5 second gap, so we can only guess what will happen in the laps to come. As he's already pulling down 10th by 10th. Now we lost 10th by 10th.
Yes, that is absolutely right. As I'm looking at Drunken, he had a massive moment there with those brand new enters. Lost all the time he had on Giants fan. So he's going to try to claw that back. Does look like we do have a battle between Tuan and Normbash as we come into the hairpin. It's Normbash and P4 by about 9/10 of a second. Not the greatest hairpin at all for Tuan, but looks like he has a straight line speed massively compared to Normbash. Gaining all the time in the world, 7/10 now. So we're going to the chicane. Who nails their breaking point better? It's not Normbash. Normbash goes on, and that's probably going to be a warning. He did follow the, how you would say it with Croft, the racing standards for going off there, however he said it today.
Tuan getting by Norbash, or more or less Norbash just letting Tuan by.
Which was the right thing, and Tuan, a nice chicane there. It's very tricky to take these chicanes in the wet conditions. You gotta brake a lot earlier. Sort of like the line that JJ was taking earlier on.
I think Norbash is trying to sit behind Tuan to learn the line a little bit, but struggling to put the power down.
And with him doing that, Drunken Shamrock is all over him and is gaining. So we might see him move into the hairpin with Drunken Shamrock. Where is he before the hairpin? He is in P5.
I'm excited for F123, especially with how the grip levels feel. They feel absolutely amazing. You can actually drive with no line as well. You don't have to worry about putting the power down too early. Just a reference for how much different the models are and stuff. Comparatively.
Oh, Drunken Shamrock into the wall!
That was very close.
He cut the chicane, took the line he needed to, got a 3-second for multiple warnings, then had no grip and went right into the wall. I am pretty sure he has damage. He has to, but I don't see it, so there's gotta be some kind of damage with it being simulation.
Very possible. But yeah, the grip level difference between F1 2022 and F1 2023 is on the start line. Basically, when you're starting a race on F1 22, you can basically have the throttle at 20%, and you can't reach 100 until basically top of third gear, beginning of fourth gear. As to where F1 23, you can start at 50% throttle, and you're able to basically hit 100% throttle at about beginning of third, middle of third, which is an absolute insane difference.
Yeah, that's not good for Nathan. He just got a 3-second time penalty. I think he cut the chicane.
Oh no.
So right now, that does not give Ketchen the provisional lead of the race. He's about half-second back, but Nathan is struggling here in the wet conditions. I think he has a dry setup on.
I think most of these guys do have a dry setup on, unfortunately.
Definitely hard to see, but I would say also with 23 with the wet. Oh, Giants man gets a 3. That's not good. But with the wet in 23, I've seen that you can run a dry setup and get it to work in the wet with like very minor changes compared to this game where you had to change like a little bit of the ride height, the wings, the
Oh, it's a different ball game with setups in F123, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually use use camber, toe.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
It is wild indeed. Which we'll be on that game actually on Thursday here on the channel with the esports event with a league versus league, 1-off, 35% at Coda. Definitely gotta be there for that. Gonna throw that little plug in there now.
Moose Racing League versus Zoom Racing League. Should that be an absolute banger of a show to watch? Highly recommend tuning in to that.
Yes, I know I will be commentating that one, so that'll be fun.
There you go.
get to experience the new spectator option with 23. Hopefully there's improvements.
There are a little bit of different camera angles, but overall not too much.
Sort of hoping for some of the F1 graphics, you know, like the tire damage and whatnot that they had on a PC.
Yeah.
As Giants fan gets by Normbash here. Normbash struggling here in the wet conditions. Everything has sort of calmed down. I say that Drunken Shamrock just went completely off the track, and Giants fans should be able to make a move into the hairpin, but he's just too far back. Unless he goes for a lunge, he will not. And no DRS, so no aid as he has a moment, nearly spins. I've also noticed in this game, compared to 23, you have to go a lot more offline in this one than the normal line that you take. Compared to 23, we can just take the normal line all day.
Yeah. The in F123, they definitely have better track acclimatization. Whatever, or however you pronounce it.
Acclimatization.
Yep. In 23, if you go offline a little bit, you actually pick up like the rubber and stuff, the beads and stuff that fall off the tires. You can actually lose grip by doing that as well.
Interesting. Giants fan not really finding anything to close in on Drunken Shamrock. Unfortunately, since our only battle here at the moment. As with the wet, it's really more like neutralizing the race, sort of like a virtual safety car, outside of a few moves here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow flags. That is Freebird spinning. I don't see any damage on that Red Bull. Looks like he just kicked out the back end, but he's gone going once more.
Good to see.
Yes, but actually, I say there's been no action. Ketchin is now within a second on Nathan for the race lead. So I believe Ketchin is probably running a wet setup, or just Nathan is just completely struggling right now as JJ gets a 3-second.
Either or is very possible.
Absolutely. I just checked. Everyone has a 3-second time penalty. So there's nothing more than that at the moment. That easily can change here in a few laps or so. As Ketchin about 4/10 back. Not gonna make a move yet. Might try draining the battery. Nathan has about 20% more than what Ketchin currently has. He's gonna try to burn it. And Nathan did the same, so they're hanging about level right now. Coming to chicane, who takes it better? It was about second difference from Ketchin at the start. It's about the same. A little bit better from Nathan compared to Ketchin. And this battle's pretty much done, but it does look like the clouds are clearing up a little, so we might be switching back to overcast here shortly.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten light, a little lighter since the rain has come out.
Normbash with the 3. And as I was going to look at Normbash, I saw Drunken Shamrock cut the final chicane in his battle with Giants fan, which is unfortunate for him. Definitely looks like the rain is easing up now.
The reason why Nathan has been messing up so much is he doesn't have a front wing.
What? Wait, Nathan! And Ketchin looking for a move. He's got to move. Did Nathan just lose his front wing?
I think he lost it a minute ago.
Because I missed that, because it looked like earlier he had a front wing.
When did he lose it?
I don't know. That's very odd. But he's...
He's
oh,
still going.
Is he trying to ride it out until he has to pit for dry tires?
Possibly.
It is barely raining anymore. We're about to switch over to overcast, and probably a few laps before we switch over to dry. It's probably not until lap 20 or 21 at this point. And Nathan is going so slow in these corners, nearly goes into Ketchen. And Ketchen has the lead for the moment. Will he hold on to it? Nathan technically will have a lot less downforce on these straights and will be faster. But it is Ketchen now taking the race lead. Nathan goes across the chicane and is now behind Ketchen. As Nathan should be able to, not Nathan, Ketchen should start to be able to run away with the lead. As
I
Nathan
wouldn't
has
say that
the
necessarily.
And why is that?
Right here.
Touche.
You gonna send it up the inside?
I wouldn't go for a move here. Not with damage like that.
Now Kitchen should be in the clear. Now he got past that.
Unless Nathan dies, he won't. Now he'll be able to pull away. Because this is where the downforce is key.
Yep.
Especially through Sector 1, if not also 2 as well. Yeah, this battle is effectively done for the moment. It could easily change once we hit the back straight. But I don't see rain anymore.
I do not either.
So yeah, probably about lap 20 or 21, we'll see the dry tires come out. I'm starting to see a dry line being formed. It's not there yet, but you can start to see the makings of that dry line, especially since the rain has stopped. Is it bad that I'm seeing a drier line off the track surface in the chicanes than the normal racing line? Just everyone cutting the chicane.
That's funny.
I don't know why that's happening, but that to me is hilarious. Yeah, don't think anyone's gonna take a gamble just yet. Maybe we'll see people gambling. Oh, Drunken gets a 3-second. I believe he's up to 6 now. Investigate that. He is up to 6 seconds. Not good for him today.
Dry line is definitely appearing more and more each lap, each corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still going with my prediction of either this or next lap. We'll see people start boxing for those dry tires. Should be it's easily mediums to the end at this point.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, you'll probably know this more than me. Since we did switch to wet, if you start on mediums, could you go back to mediums, or do you have to go to hards or softs?
Well, are you switching to compound?
I guess inters.
Yes.
Like I said, you know that rule better than me. I know the dry, but
As
once I hit
long
wet, I'm
as
like, I don't know.
long as you don't go to the same compound, and as long as you switch to a different compound, you are good, I do believe.
Nathan has boxed. So there is a pit stop on lap 20. I see a lot of teams ready. That might just be a glitch with the game.
We got medium tires going on Nathan's car.
And replacing the front wing. About time, too, for it. But we also have
Twan jumping into the pits,
mediums
taking a
again.
medium tire.
I'll tell you this right now, I don't think this is anything bold. I think Freebird is begging for a safety car.
I would have to agree with that.
You know, casually being about 47 seconds back, which sucks for him. I feel bad for the guy, but he's begging for it.
He's enjoying a Sunday cruise on his last couple laps of F122.
I know most of these guys are
Ooh,
done with this
JGO
game.
getting a little slidey.
Not good. Definitely think this is dry conditions now.
Jump aboard with Juan. He has absolutely zero grip.
I guess not. Well, he's also for a second he was also not on the dry line. I'll also say this for 23 as we have really no true battles right now. The spray is truly back. Like you could see the spray from when you're driving. A lot better than this game. Wouldn't you agree?
Um, in the next game or this one?
The next game compared to this game, the spray with like inters and wets.
Oh yeah, the next game absolutely tanks my FPS. I go
So
from
when you
like
race, you're
I go from like
praying.
75 to 50,
Oh,
but I cap it at 75.
right.
But for it to stay consistently at 50, sometimes it drops to 20 if there's a lot of cars in front of me.
So if it rains, you're praying that there's no one in front of you.
Yes. I'm sorry for turn one. Boom! Alright, how many pins did I knock out?
Yeah, exactly. Drunken gets another 3 seconds. He's up to 9. The mediums don't look to be ready yet. If the water stays on track for a little bit longer, we might be approaching a soft window.
I think that's what Kitchen was going to be going for here. Jump onto those soft tires for the last 10 or so laps.
Drunken's up to 12. Drunken, what you doing, man? Not really enjoying his time right now. Freebird has caught up to Anthony Jenkins. Freebird's gonna make a move. He has. He has passed and gapped Twan.
Those intermediate tires are still cooking better than those soft tires.
Mediums.
Those mediums.
I'm like, they are
I'm
yellow, sir.
confused.
I know the feeling. Well, here's the crazy thing. Ketchin's about a lap Twan and Freebird.
Yes, he is.
That is very unfortunate. This tells you how good of race Ketchin has and how unlucky Twan and Freebird have been today.
Yep.
But we got 12 laps to go in this race. It's been fairly exciting
Yeah.
for 11 cars. Can't complain. It's like I said earlier, it's just everyone is pretty much done with this game. And I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just appreciate the guys who are here. I appreciate them for showing up for the season finale. And no matter what result, I might try to get our no assist champion in here for a little post championship interview.
Yeah.
See how he's feeling. Because I know he's absolutely excited that he didn't really have to worry about anything going into this race. Just had to drive his car. MRK, bro, stop.
Savage.
Bro. I'm just waiting for Midnight if he's here to respond to that. Ouch.
Juan has lost a front end plate and possibly has some right side damage.
Does he? Did he smack wall champions by chance?
I do not know.
He has no grip at all on these mediums. I don't even know if it's dry enough right now for softs. Definitely hard to tell at this moment.
Yes, it is.
Freebird is now lapped by our race leader. Do we have a battle? We do not. We currently have Drunken Shamrock against a lapped car of Twan or Anthony Jenkins, and that's a very easy overtake by Drunken Shamrock. He remains P4.
Yeah, soft tires early, or those medium tires early on. Definitely not the right call.
It looked dry from, I would say at least my POV, that looked dry enough, but obviously the track said, how about no?
Yeah, I still see the track half wet
Yeah.
with a barely dry line.
Which is weird. Sometimes when you have that sort of like half wet, it perfectly works on those dry tires. And other tracks, it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
MRK, am I racing next season? I am technically gonna be still under a 2-season ban for next season, so that's gonna be a no, Chief. So I'm gonna say no for those reasons.
Hey, there's a buyout.
I'm not paying $50. I will happily commentate. But we'll see where I end up commentating. We'll just wait and see on that. Especially the new tier 6. I'm sure there's gonna be a little bit of a reshuffle of who's where. I am not doing the buyout, MRK. Not a chance. Not a chance. This catching box now. Catching staying out. At this rate, we might be going to the end on enters.
Very possible.
We'll say I'm not surprised that we have this many penalties handed out for track limits, especially the wet conditions earlier.
Yeah, I am not either.
I will say though, good races for Giants fan and Drunken Shamrock, except Drunken's gonna lose all of that achievement with those penalties.
Unfortunately, he is.
12 seconds is not exactly what you want to have.
Not exactly.
Let's see. Midnight said he's gonna be in tier 6 probably, or at least tier 4 pace now. That's what Gunfro says. Midnight, I'm sorry, you are nowhere near tier 6 pace, mate. You're tier 5 or tier 4. Nathan gets another time penalty. So maybe not Gwenfro. I said Gwenfro because I just read that. Drunken should be able to hang on. Even with those time pens, because I just noticed Norm Batch had a time pen as well. Yeah, Midnight, you're definitely not tier 6 pace. Oh, Ginger just pit. He's putting on softs. This is a gamble.
I'm probably tier 6 pace in the new game. What do you mean?
Giants fans pitting. Okay, we might be at the window now, but it's a wing change for Drunken Shamrock. But it's mediums. That's a mistake.
It might not be.
With 7 laps?
Yes. It's weird to say, but yes.
I don't know about that. Especially with the wing change and the time pens,
You would think
still
in a
think softs
35 lap race, you'd be able to take the softs at least 10 laps, right?
Yeah, I would think. Also,
Yeah,
Drunken just
they
ran
fall
wide
off
on
a
the pit.
they fall off a cliff after 5.
Oh, Lord.
Makes you want to take a leap of faith with them.
Ketchin is still staying out. I don't really see. Well, the gap is starting to was closing and then not closing. So we might be right about the cutoff for enters and dries. Hard to say though. I'm not really seeing any massive drops or extensions in that interval between Ketchin and JJ at the moment.
I am not either.
Everyone but Ketchin has pit for dries though. The Giants fan is out. He has crashed. That is a safety car. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
J Joe's be right up. I'm sorry. If I was Ketchin, I'd be pitting right now.
100%.
I feel like you got to. Because who knows after SC, especially people weaving, the dries will probably end up being faster because there'll be no more wet line.
I
And
would
the
have to
track looks
agree.
dry to me.
Watching J. Joe compared to Kitchen, he was gaining a lot of time very quickly.
Yep. And the track does look dry, so this is definitely soft tires, Ketchin.
Into the pits he comes.
Don't speed. There, good job. All right, do we see soft tires? I'm pretty sure we will. Don't see. There's a team. Camera angle change.
Soft.
Yep, soft tires. That's the right call.
Good move from the Haas team. Doing something right for once.
Sorry, that's a Ferrari team. Let's get that right.
That's a Haas team.
The
America.
Ferrari team. Have you seen?
Don't make us bring the NASCAR to F1. That car was goated at Le Mans.
Oh my god, it was.
And you can't say it wasn't.
I just said it was. I just said it was. What you mean? Do some of these? Maybe Nathan comes in for softs. He's on 8-lap old mediums. I think Twan's doing the same thing right now. He is. I wouldn't be surprised if Nathan comes in right now for a fresh pair of soft tires for a last dash to the finish. If I could speak English, that would help. And Nathan is in. I expect that he listened to my call. And he has. Soft tires going on. Good. The lag spike for the pit stop. That old glitch is still here. Also, breaking news at halftime: USA is beating Canada 2-0 in the CONCACAF Nations League final. Go USA! I have to support them somehow. I didn't even get. I don't have. What is it? They're on Paramount Plus. I don't have it. I'm finding ways to get the game.
Twan has been lapped by almost everybody besides Nathan and Freebird.
Yeah, he won't be lapped by Freebird. He will be lapped by Nathan, as there will be blue flags immediately. Drunken is in for a pair of softs. I don't know if he's going to beat Normbash unless Normbash pits. Normbash is pitting. He will beat Normbash. So this is bad news for JJo with Freebird right in the way of the race leader Ketchin. But Ketchin does have fresher softs than JJo.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see. And also, while we're here, we have 9 people. Press that like button, guys. Let's try to get to 5 real quick.
Yeah, let's get to 5 likes.
3 of you. Or if you guys haven't pressed it earlier, let's try to get to double digits.
Let's get to 10 likes.
10 likes.
And we'll have a surprise or something, I don't know.
Huh? Here's a surprise, a Gibbsy face reveal, even though we've already had that.
We get to 10 likes, we'll move the times up for all the tiers up. Oh wait, we already did that. Woo!
Woohoo! Irons just popped in here. Irons, why weren't you racing? We needed the content. Should be going in this lap, so we'll have 3 laps of racing. Actually, Freebird pit. So Freebird will be coming out just ahead of Nathan. So J-Joe
Quan has
actually gets
unlapped himself up to J-Joe.
It's good for him. Drunken's probably too pleased to see a lap car in front of him, though.
More than likely not.
No, I don't think so. I'm also going to switch it my end over to just the penalty since we're all on the same compound with 3 to go pretty much once we get to the line. But it's JJ with 3, Drunken with 12, yikes. Norbash with 3, and Nathan with 6. And it's in this lap. We will get no more safety cars of any kind. Once we cross this start-finish line, we'll look at J-Joe to see when Ketchin's gonna go. Ketchin's gonna go early. He did it earlier. So he should be going here probably about 5 seconds. So we'll see if J-Joe's prepared for him to go. The safety car is fully in. He can go at any point now. And is he gonna wait to start finish? Not start finish line, out of chicane. Can't really say he's gone yet. He's definitely going now. So we are green once more with 3 laps to go here in the Canadian Grand Prix for no assist for the last time this season. It's Ketchin leading by half a second over JJ. JJ will have to take the lead and build a 3-second gap if he wants a race win here to end out the season. But it's Ketchin still by about half a second. Everyone is pretty close right now outside of Anthony Jenkins, who is a lap down. Freebird's closing up to him. And it's 2/10 to JJ from JJ to Ketchin. He's hanging in there. Drunken's also in this battle. 3 cars battling for the race lead on track, with penalties to come their way once we hit checkered flag. Still Ketchin. J-Joe is still there. Drunken's still there. We will get DRS on the final lap. We'll only get 1 lap of it. And Drunken is not going to wait around. He's ahead of J-Joe. So Drunken into P2. And he will not get a move on Ketchin into the chicane. Everyone takes the chicane well. But Drunken, maybe looking for the race lead. We could have a new race leader for the first time today. Drunken with a new fastest lap. But Ketchin hangs on, at least for the moment. Drunken trying around the outside. Not enough grip there, at least for the moment. I say that, I'm going to eat my words. We have a new race leader.
Having to go off the road a little bit deep. Rejoining back in second. Spins out!
Oh no!
2 cars out!
No, it's just J-Joe out. Oh, that is unfortunate. I was taking a moment to breathe and all that happened.
Oh my goodness. Insanity.
On the final lap. No, I'd say it's final, but an ultimate lap. But the real battle now is between Nathan and Normbash. Can Nathan... He should be able to find a way to get back on the podium. Oh, nearly takes out Normbash and himself. Drunken is nowhere near to take the spot away from Nathan for the time being. But Nathan will get ahead of Normbash. Normbash not really putting up a fight there against Nathan. That was a little bit weird. It looked like he might have damage or something. There was no fight at all to it. DRS enabled on the final lap. As Drunken is out. Did he retire in the pits? I think he did. So we'll finish with 5 cars out of 11. Not a good percentage. But right now, Nathan needs to pull out 1 second on his lap. He just went purple sector 1. Absolutely flying. Needs about 8/10 if he wants to secure P2. He needs about half a second now. He's going to get DRS as he gets purple sector 2. He's right behind Ketchen. He might make a move on Ketchen here. Side by side, deploying the battery. DRS is wide open for Nathan. He will get it also on the start-finish straight with a double helping. He's going to be looking to move. He's going to go down the inside into the chicane, backs out of it at the last second. DRS wide open. Will Nathan cross the line first? He will not. It is Ketchen who wins. Norbash does secure P2 at the end.
Massive points for everybody who does finish the race at 90% distance.
Absolutely. So it's Ketchen who wins, Normbash P2, and Nathan P3. I'm going to send him a message to pop into the waiting room.
Yeah, it was a really good race, a good couple final laps. That was amazing to watch.
Yeah, it was a great race even though we had limited cars.
To run through the order real quick, we have Ketchen in first, Norbash in second, Nathan in third, Twan, aka Anthony Jenkins, in fourth, Freebird fifth, Shamrock sixth, JJo seventh, Giantsman eighth, Benzo ninth, Midnight 10th, and Balaam in 11th.
Yeah. Good way to end the season. I would say it was a good race. Good battles. Mage definitely missed out. He talks every week how he wants rain, and he missed probably the biggest rain race we had. So Mage, if you're watching, you missed out, my friend.
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me, Midnight. I am now uninstalling the game.
So Norbash was third, correct?
No, Nathan was third.
Nathan was third. A championship winner.
So yeah, let's bring him in here first. Nathan, you got us? So.
I'm surprised actually. Didn't imagine I would have had the chance to fight join mid-season. So they already got some points, so it was pretty hard first races. But yeah, it was a good season anyway.
Yeah,
it wasn't that good because Chile is not here. But it wouldn't have been a good fight though. It would.
Yeah, I'm sure the weight was lifted off your shoulders once you saw that he was not going to be racing, so you were given the championship.
And it's Canada though. So thank God. I saw, what if he joins mid quali? The perfect strategy. But he didn't, so it's cool.
Yeah, but let me ask you one thing about the race today, especially with the changing conditions, with the overcast, the intermediates, then overcast again. What was your race strategy mindset? Just trying to bring the car home and not crash out?
Wow, it was kind of Ferrari's strategy, huh? On slicks. Well, for me, I felt, getting drier, getting dry. But it wasn't. It didn't want to dry anytime. Then I just stayed on these leaks
Mm-hmm.
too long. I thought, oh, if I go to the pits again, I'm gonna lose a lot of time again. I just stayed out until the miracle safety car from Giants
Mm-hmm.
that saved me because I was almost getting lapped by was the leader catching.
Yeah.
I was almost getting lapped.
Yeah, that would
But
have been shocking seeing the champion of the season getting lapped in the last race.
wow, I was sliding all the time
Mm-hmm.
like Norris, that Russia. That
Uh,
was terrible. It didn't want to dry. I was frustrated.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking that. But hey, congratulations on completing the season. Congratulations on being the first reserve driver world champion and enjoy this championship.
Wow, that's it, boys. Appreciate
Yep.
all the season. It was great. Not gonna
Yep.
lie, it was great
Yeah,
all
it
the
was a
time.
great year.
Yes. Yeah, boys. See you next season, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Most definitely.
Sure. Did you to catching and what the other guy?
Normbash.
Nurmesh.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know
got
him.
them popping in
But
here next.
good podium, boys.
Yep. Enjoy it.
GG's.
Yep.
GG's.
All right, so we're gonna go P2 to Normbash now. All right, Normbash, you got us? Normbash, you got us? Radio check.
One world to Normbash.
Nope. Try again. Normbash, you got us?
Might be connecting. With
Maybe. See if he's saying anything in the chat. Normbash, you got us or no? All right, I'm gonna move him back for now, and we'll get catching in here. All right, catching, you got us?
I got you.
What a dominant performance to end the year.
I know, right? It was quite surprising. I think a lot of people had some wet setups on, so my dry setup kind of cruised.
You had a dry setup? What?
I had the same setup I had in my tier 2 race. Once I saw the quali temps were only 1 degree off from what the race was going to be, I was like, all right, we're doing a dry setup.
Hmm. I could have sworn you were on a wet sub because you were absolutely flying.
Well, hey man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That performance caught me off guard. It caught me a
It
little
kind of
off
caught
guard.
me off guard, especially some of the names in there. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, let me just go
Yeah.
out there and do my best. And then I was like, oh, this is going very
Yeah.
well for me.
That's how
Because I was looking at the.
No, continue.
Go ahead, Goose. Go ahead. I insist.
Oh, that's how I felt in tier 2 when I got pole. It's like, what am I doing right now?
Exactly, dude. It's a different feeling, right?
I was like so pumped. I was like, let's go!
And you had crazy friggin' pace too, man.
And then the game was like, hey, here's a drive-through and 5 seconds.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was lucky. I was happy to see not very many people got any pit lane penalties in this race,
Mm-hmm.
but it seemed like track limits were definitely killing a lot of people.
Drug shimmer. 12 seconds. Yikes.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah. But I will say, with what you've shown today, if you're going to do NA next season, you're showing that you have pace and people are going to be looking to maybe sign you for their team.
Most definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at picking up the NA. I saw that I got moved up an hour, so I'll be dropping another league just to kind of compete in an NA league. I'm trying to drop, some of those other ones that have assists, but I'll still be racing in both, whatever tier they put me in, and then this NA definitely. So
Yeah.
I look forward to racing full time next year.
Nice. That'll be awesome to see. We'll see if myself and Mage, who's dealing with internet issues right now, Gibbsy's been awesome. But we'll see if we're commentating NA or if we're not, we'll see who is. But they're gonna definitely enjoy seeing you and all the other guys rocking it out.
Well, I hope to see Gibbs there. I know he's been making that move slowly, and then I hope
Oh, I'm
we
on.
see him out in there.
I've fully made the move.
That's what I'm talking about. So I hope to see you on the grid next year too.
I'm only 2 seconds off of what Drix and Jack are setting right now.
Yeah, they probably got line on still, you know.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, well,
But yeah.
thanks, guys. Thanks for the commentary, and hey, I look
Yep.
forward to seeing you guys next season.
All
For
right, man.
sure. We look forward to
All right.
seeing you as
See ya.
well.
All right. We got Normbash, you got us?
Hello?
Ah, we got Normbash.
Hey, hey.
So, not a bad time for your podium appearance.
Yeah, I needed that. It was necessary for sure.
Yeah.
Been a lot of situations where that I've gotten real close to a podium and then one thing happens or another and it's over. So that felt good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could definitely.
Now if only I could get F123 to work for me, I'd be, dialed.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. I'm glad I finally got on the podium.
Yeah. Could definitely say me and Mage have been when Mage has been here, have been watching you closely since he's been right up there, but just had no luck just to get to that spot. So I know Mage is happy. I know I am that you finally reached that point. But talk me through that, especially with the time penalty chasing down Nathan at the very end, just trying to stay within those 3 seconds difference.
There we go. I think I got you back.
All right. Did you hear the question, or I need to say it again?
No, yeah, I didn't hear the question.
All right. So, talking about your race at the very end, chasing down Nathan, the champion for this season, and he had 6 seconds, you had 3. Just take me through that mindset, just chasing him down and
I would
moving
have
up between
rather
you.
I would have rather let him go by than him rear end me or some weird thing happen where I hold the position and like I'll just stay within 3 seconds of him and drive by him at the finish line and play the time penalty.
Right.
So yeah, that was really all it was. That's why I slowed down and let him go because I could tell he wanted to get by, and that's when guys get impatient and bad things happen. So I just kind of let him go.
Yeah, we saw a big one today with Midnight.
Yeah, it happens. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to take away the variable.
Yeah. But yeah, awesome race, and I'm sure we'll see you next season here.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
All right, bye.
But that's gonna wrap it up. Any last thoughts, Gibbsy?
Oh, we only got the one person cam, but we'll go to up here. You were at. Overall, not really. It was everybody did a good race. Really clean and consistent. Only lost half the grid. But with it being tricky conditions as it is with tight walls around Canada, very tough to really say, like, overall, how everything could be if it was dry. Definitely could have been flipped on top of its head at any point.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for NA. That's actually gonna wrap it up for season 7 in its entirety. So I'm gonna do a little plug. Thank you all for 1,000 subscribers in just one season of MRL. That's a huge milestone for us. I know everyone on the media team and the league itself is so excited that we hit that milestone, and thankful of everyone who has subscribed. Like Punju said in Tier 1, I believe he said July 1st is the preseason show, and July 7th is the draft, and we get going for Season 8. July 9th, tune in Thursday for League vs. League, MRL versus ZRL, 235% at Coda. I'm hoping for red flags. I kind of want to see one. Not gonna lie, I want to see what it's like on the commentary end because I've seen it on the driver end.
Yeah,
But
I have
I know
not
that's
seen either yet.
So I've seen the driver end. It's just like a 3-second countdown. Then you just go to your race strategy screen.
Oh,
And it's just then it's grid lights out. Away we go.
that's weird.
It's weird, but I'm sort of glad they're back, especially for league racing and career mode
Yeah.
instead of like 18 safety cars.
Uh,
But I know I will be there commentating for that. I have no idea who else will be there, and there will be plenty of drivers. Really good show, but that's gonna do it from us in the MRL commentary booth, and we will see you all on Thursday for that. And until then, so long for Season 7 and F122.